Are you serious? Are you serious? 29 minutes of chaos in China in the stock market has and is a manipulation of the global economy. The global economic chaos, has it begun on this January 7th, 2016? And I mean, are we just to the point of recognizing it? I think it began a long time ago, but I mean, are we recognizing it? Because in a 29 minutes of total chaos, the Chinese stock market free-falled in 29 minutes. They had to shut it down. They lost 7% again of the entire value of the market. Now, they lost 7% of the market on Monday. They lost about 1.5% on Tuesday. Okay? And now here we are, and they're losing another 7%. I mean, this is trillions. Get this, folks. Trillions of dollars. They stopped trading. They lost 7%. We're dealing with a flood of phone calls, they said, from angry clients. Even the rough and tumble standards of the Chinese stock market. This was a chaotic 29 minutes with shares prices going into free fall almost as soon as the local exchanges opened. Market gurus were at a loss to explain why. One manager of a $46 million holdings in Shanghai liquidated all his holdings. Other investors, including a top performing hedge fund, tried in vain to cash out as the circuit breakers brought trading to an abrupt halt. By 9:59 a.m. local time in China, in Shanghai, it came to a screeching halt. 29 minutes. The clients were upset by the carnage in a week that seemed two times the market losing 7% and then 7%. Right now, there was a little bit of an up on Wednesday. So they still, right now, the Chinese market has fallen 12% for the week. Total value. We're dealing with a flood of angry phone calls from clients complaining about the market plunge and the circuit breaker. Now, you know, the United States stock market, Wall Street lost 270 points on Monday, and I think lost 250 yesterday, if I can remember right. So it's been a bad week on Wall Street, but not to this level. Not at this level. But what will happen today? What will be the deal? We're dealing with a flood of angry phone calls. Folks, seriously, clients are complaining about the market plunge. They don't like the circuit breaker because they can't react quick enough. But that's to prevent the whole market from literally crashing out. There's certainly an Alice in Wonderland quality, they say, to this week's sell-off, which has radiated across the global equity markets and rattled investor confidence in the world's second largest economy. It's not as if China's growth story is over. True, the yuan is weakening. The currency of the yuan is literally volatile. It's inconsistent, and the economy is decelerating to its slowest annual pace since 1990, but that's been known for some time. The currency is actually fluctuating, folks, and it's ugly. It's ugly. When we've seen the currency manipulation by the Chinese for some time. I think Donald Trump talks about that all the time. He said the Chinese are not telling the truth. They're playing with the value of their money. They're overvaluing it, and it's keeping it fluctuating. And if bottom ever falls out, it will crash. And when it does, it's going to affect currencies around the world. Folks, part of this is prophesied in the Bible. It talks about the reason the mark of the beast system actually gets implemented in the book of Revelation. Everything today is dealing with the book of Revelation. But the beast has to create a one world currency, a one world system known as the mark of the beast. The beast is the one world government. And also the Antichrist is referred to as a beast. And the false prophet will tag along. But this market will be one world global, and everyone will have to participate in it. And if you don't take the mark of the beast, well, then you can't buy or sell, period. You're out. And to take this mark, it will require you to deny your faith in Jesus Christ, to deny all religious faiths. It is part of the communistic mentality. Now, matter of fact, it's being disguised right now as Interfaith Coalition, which was just announced. I want to thank Latanya for that, for sending this to me. I want to thank Troy of North Carolina today. I want to thank Debbie for her research today. Matter of fact, we got some of the greatest researchers in the world. Burke McGill, Nick of New York. Wow, they just keep, so many of them are out there, and I can't remember them all quick enough. But what a great research team. Thank you guys so much. This was sent to me earlier today, and now I see why this plays such a role. It's called an Interfaith Coalition. The White House has pledged to know your neighbor. Okay? Know your neighbor. And it's an inclusion. It's to have all faiths, whether you're Christian, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, or any other offshoots. You're to all learn about each other and create an inclusion with each other. Everybody needs to include everybody within their faith principles. Now, this is all part of what the mark of the beast will do. First, you start out by talking about interfaith. At the end, there'll be no faith. All right? Jesus said, when I come, will there be any faith left? Remember that scripture? Again, referring to the end times. So, when you go to Revelation 13, you do know that there's a beast. Revelation 13:1, and I stood up on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name blasphemy. Now later, we know that there's this mark of the beast is created because of these Antichrist and the false prophet. And here's what happens with that. The beast in verse 13 says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. And here is wisdom, that him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, or 666. So folks, what's happening here is the beast system is getting geared up as the inconsistencies and the literally the panic of the current world markets are upon us. Something biblical is going on here with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. He loves you. He's the only hope.